said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Give to the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jason.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes.
Turning it on! Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
This quarterback was licking his chops coming into this game. He told us this week he felt like there were some matchups that he could take advantage of against this defense, and he wasted no time. Opening drive of the game, he finds the matchup he likes, and that was an absolute dime.
The give to the tailback. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Got the first down, looking for more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. No matter who's been leading the program, Miami always wants to be able to run the ball with some physicality.
Yeah, it starts everything. The line of scrimmage starts everything. That attitude starts everything. And the U is known for attitude. And when they play physical, they've got great teams.
Wants to go up top on first down. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the first down.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
They're going to run it. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise. On the opening drive, nice execution. They score the touchdown. That was big time.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And here's the return. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Gives him the big stiff arm. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
You know, after watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up tonight. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up, but he's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
Fires to the end zone. Intercepted. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his second interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
A lot of yardage in front of them. 1st and 10 from their own 19. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Might be changing the route. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Here's the pressure. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah.
He's got it at the 15. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami.
Nice drive, nice touchdown. I love this offense's response to what happened a week ago. Listen, we're 0-1, so be it. Let's put the foot on the gas. Let's move forward, get better, and they have in game 2 so far.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. North Texas has some work to do. There's no other way to put it. But the mantra of this program is hard hats, hard work. And if they can chip away here, they may be able to pull this out. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Missouri. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He leaves it with his back. Breaks into the open. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. One play in this drive and already out to the 41. It's first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. That's caught. It's Harvey. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best, and this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen some sensational ones. And to your point, I like that. Jalen Hurts, really good runner. They built it around his feet. You know, Bryce Young, really good passer. Tua Tagovailoa, really good passer. More about the passing game, explosive passing plays. So they'll do whatever it takes to win.
They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. Looking to throw on first down. Sails one into the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He wasn't far from taking it to the house, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding onto the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
Can the D deny them on second and goal? Looking to fire. Trying to find the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown time. Lining up to add another. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Looking for a crease to the left. Got enough for the first down and wants more. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Just moving those chains the way Frank Gore did back in the day.
Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Edgerrin James, so many elite backs in Miami history. Finding that guy that you can give the ball to that's reliable, important part of the Canes tradition.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass. Fires to the tight end. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. And the Canes headed quickly to the line. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Punts it out of the air. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their head. They're going to be expecting run. Safety's in line.
There he goes. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Got his man quickly. Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Canes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Here's the handoff. Look out, he's got room. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Gets it out quickly. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Offense trying to keep them off balance on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Cruz. At the 45 on his way. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Floating away. Working that left side now. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And big pass plays like that are the product of an offensive line doing a great job in pass protection. That quarterback cannot read the coverage and get the football out of his hands to the open receiver.
Touchdown, Alabama! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, taking chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
I'll tell you something, in college football, you're lucky if you get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions. In the first half of this game, he's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere, an absolute ball.
Running back searching for a hole. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Quick release by the QB. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Offense in a bunch formation. Wants to throw on first down. Buys a little time with his feet. Gets rid of it. Got his man. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He wants to change this route. Power ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
And he made the extra point without problem. He'll bring it out. It's good. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Looks like the defense will play quarters coverage here. Looking downfield on first down. unloads to the wideout. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages, because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
Oh, he's got some space. And he's taken down after a short gain, and that'll do it for us here in the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Hurricanes will boot it away to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Tide offense rolls onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get to the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Back to pass on second down. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. Bringing it back. Finally brought down, but what a play. Not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Well, this drive probably won't help them pile up yards, but they could get points quickly, starting it with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Hurricanes! An epic comeback. They'll talk about this one forever if they can hold on, but they're on top right now. Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Boise State is in front. They've played awfully well today. And while there's no Kellen Moore out there, this group is fighting. They're up by 11 over Houston. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Off-play action on first down. Finds his tight end. He'll go out of bounds at the 22, methodically moving it away from their own end zone.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
The run from the shotgun. He gets it past the 25-yard line and finally knocked out of bounds at the 27. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Might be calling a hot route. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Now he'll turn one loose back to the middle. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a 1st down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on 3rd down, low percentage throw, it falls incomplete, and all that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the 2nd half.
Out of the gun, the inside give. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. He's open on the right. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. So the big gain, all for naught, brought back due to the laundry on the field, and they'll try it again. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Well, in that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches, so I don't mind him taking another shot there.
Pressure coming. Going to take a shot. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
Great job by the defense there. They were not caught off guard in that situation on the field. This offense might decide to go for it on 4th down. They're going to make the play. Their offense now takes over. And if I'm the play caller here, I am taking a shot. In a sudden change situation, let me see if I can throw one deep and make this team pay for not getting their 4th down.
And the Hurricanes want to move quickly.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's caught. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Touchdown, Miami! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Out of the chute. Quick toss to the right. Good call. Good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
On the direct snap, it's Cruz. He'll try to do it himself. The Wildcat created an alley, picked up a few, still some work to do for the first down. Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Motion from the wide receiver. The give to the back. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Moves around to clear up the vision. He throws it back to the left, a risky ball. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And for a defense, it's not always about sacks, but sometimes it's about getting that quarterback off his spot where he feels very comfortable, and they get him flushed outside of the pocket, and good.
Turning it on! And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Unloads quickly. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. 21. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Fires to the wideout. And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. Going the other way, and he's got room. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Now adjusting. Rolling, throwing, looking right. and it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, they're not able to hook up there, but considering this guy already has 2 touchdown catches in this game, now the offensive coordinator is dialing up more passes his way. And you know the quarterback, he's got like a sonar on him. He's always aware of where he is, and I like the idea. I'm going to keep throwing this guy the football and see if he can get another touchdown.
Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
You know, it's going to be so important for this offense to get better up front protecting and try to give this quarterback a pocket to throw from, because David, right now in that last play, he had no chance.
Yeah, and step one in stopping a good passing attack is always being able to affect the quarterback. And it's not always with sacks, and sometimes it's with pressures. But when you get the sacks, and now you get them behind the sticks and put them in more predictable situations, that is exactly what you want from your defense.
Here comes that Alabama offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Rushes on him. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Steps away to find some room. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior.
And this just hasn't been his day, man. He's already thrown some interceptions and leaving the ball short, like just not getting to his receiver. He's got to do something to change the mojo up, because right now he's not playing well, and at this rate, he might be going to the pine.
Pine's on the move. Finds space on the right. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Looking to throw on first down. Trying to set up the screen. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. Wants to throw again. Oh, they're after him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And I know everybody's looking at that clock as it ticks, and we're down a couple of possessions, but nice job getting the first down. But this offense has to stay in hyperspeed, right? Down 2 possessions, got to throw the football, use the sidelines, use the middle of the field, especially as you get close to that 2-minute mark.
To the air on first down. With the catch, it's Cruz. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Pulls and fires complete. Breaks into the open. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To the air on second down. He's got it on the move. Could Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. Alabama comes to the line with a first and goal. Wide receiver going in motion. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football. And you saw that there on the incompletion.
Firing to the right, complete. Touchdown, Bama! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
And he tacks on the extra point. Trailing by a touchdown here in the fourth, they'll try to get it back with the onside kick. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive, Reese. Productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage. You're probably getting...
There he goes! And he's brought down after a nice gain. This win, guys, if they can finish it off behind this passing attack today, figures to vault them several notches up in the rankings and serve notice of what they're capable of.
It's funny, we're watching this one now, and some people may be surprised because of the numbers besides each of the team's names. By the end of the year, though, this may have been an obvious decision because of how well this team throws the football, David. They are electric through the air.
And listen, it's still early in the season, but you're proving your passing attack, and you're proving you got an offense to be dealt with. And you're also putting this one on the schedule for the playoff committee to circle and say, there's a top 10 win. Please continue to rise me up the charts.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend with the lead late in the fourth quarter, inside of a minute. I'm going to keep this ground game going and make you have to look at that clock continue to tick.
He's not going to get there, and this defense really needed a stop like that. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. At this point in the game, and this crowd knows this is a huge field goal attempt. Good right down the boulevard. And that will extend their lead even further.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a two-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
They get him stopped, but a really good job of blocking by the return team. He's out to the 44. First snap of this drive comes from their own 44. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Finds his man. It's Harvey. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Wants to fire on second down. Bringing the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Yeah, and I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the fourth quarter. Nice job playing the deep ball, staying deep, and not giving up the big play.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
He'll throw it. Makes the catch. It's Cruz. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little bit of everything. He can throw it all over the field to all different receivers, to his tight end.
Snags it! And he's into the end zone! Touchdown time!
And that sure feels like too little, too late. This offense, they needed to score and execute faster, but there's not enough time to me, man. This feels like this one's over.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Lining up for the onside kick, just a few seconds to play, and they will need a miracle. They got it, able to recover the onside kick, and they get the offense right back out there. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Wants to throw on first down. Still looking on the move. He's taking a deep shot. The ball hits the ground, and this thing is over. An absolutely heartbreaking loss. Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in because this is a ranked matchup. So when you get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the committee with respect to the college football playoff. This win just means more.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, for the college football playoff picture, how big is it to get a big win, a ranked win, who now you're probably going to be matched up head-to-head